Rural Honduras, 10-month-old Stephen fights to breathe. To reach a doctor, his mother Narada walked for hours, carrying her feverish baby in her arms. During the nerve-wracking 4-hour journey, Narada prays the antibiotics being injected into Stephen will work. He has survived an attack by one of our deadliest enemies, bacteria. These microscopic creatures have dominated the planet for over 3 billion years, and they can be found everywhere.
They can live in boiling water, they can live in freezing temperatures, they can live in the center of solid rock, and in fact, if we look at our own bodies, we are basically walking bacteria. There are on the order of 10 to 100 trillion bacterial cells on and in us, every one of us. We could not live without bacteria.
For millennia, there were no medicines to stop their deadly assault. But with the dawn of the 20th century, a new war against microbes was about to begin. World War I. Battles are raging across Europe. And wherever the guns go, deadly bacterial infections follow close behind. In a field hospital in France, Alexander Fleming, a young British doctor, is horrified by what he sees around him. More soldiers die from the bacteria invading their open wounds than from bombs or bullets. Desperate for any solution, the medics try scouring the injuries with carbolic acid, a chemical antiseptic used to clean sewer pipes. But Fleming is right.
Nurse?
The treatment is useless. And by the end of the war, bacterial infections will claim millions of lives. Alexander Fleming, a doctor without a cure, would return to London and dedicate his life to finding one.
Here was a killer organism, Staphylococcus, terrible to human beings, dead from something that a mold had produced. Fleming is clearly aware of the notion that life hinders life. The notion that one organism can eat another like a lion eats its prey in the jungle.
Just like creatures in the visible world, microscopic life, like molds and bacteria, will fight each other for survival. In a moment of epiphany, Fleming realizes the mold is defending itself by secreting something that destroys the bacteria. The mysterious substance targets the cell walls, prohibiting the bacteria from dividing and producing more bacteria, so they quickly die off. Fleming calls his discovery penicillin, after the common mold Penicillium, which is often found on rotting food. If he can isolate the bacteria-killing substance, he might have the weapon he's been searching for.
Penicillin is the most elusive, unstable bit of medicine you could ever try to capture. Imagine a time where just scratching your face on a rose thorn can lead you to be so eaten by bacteria, and the bacteria are eating through his body like worms eating an apple. And then he gets a shot of penicillin, and then this miraculous thing occurs. These bacteria, which have had their will with him, are suddenly at bay. Here Chain and Flory and the others are thinking, this is a gigantic moment in medicine. We're going to cure this man from the brink of death.
Flory turns to American companies for help, and they discover how to mass-produce the drug by fermenting it like beer.
Scientists are manufacturing this wonder drug in enormous quantities.
The wonder drug proves itself a potent weapon, saving thousands of Allied soldiers' lives.
Until the Second World War, there wasn't a lot that could actually be done for people. And the discovery of penicillin led to a great opening of the era of medicines.
The realization that a simple mold could produce an effective drug inspires scientists to search for other organisms that might do the same. New medicines derived from molds, funguses, and even bacteria flood the market. Tetracycline, cephalosporin, erythromycin, called antibiotics, meaning against life. These miracle drugs can stop infections like pneumonia, gangrene, and meningitis. Even the most widespread bacterial disease of all, tuberculosis, is finally curable with antibiotics. In the epic war against microbes, it looks as if humanity has finally won. It's a huge gamble. The only thing sure is time is running out, and the epidemic is spreading. Explosion of antibiotics discovered in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, the faucet is running dry. Of the hundreds of drugs currently under government review, only a handful are for bacterial infections.
And that's bad news for the public. In fact, I think they should be terrified. It's taken us 12 years to get tigecycline anywhere near the market. This makes these drugs commercially unsuccessful, and it really discourages other people from going into the field. So we've got to make the process simpler, faster, because drugs don't come cheap.
It can easily cost over $500 million to develop a new drug. Since antibiotics are taken infrequently, they are far less profitable than the drugs people need every day. Pills that manage cholesterol, high blood pressure, depression, or even libido. And that's why most pharmaceutical companies are getting out of the antibiotic business.
One has to balance their risks in this industry. Where are you going to invest your money? And, it sounds crass, but the fact is, if we were to stay in business by trying to find drugs that would lose us money every time we develop them, we wouldn't be able to find any drugs.
Not only are antibiotics less profitable, miracle microbes are getting harder to find, but research on any drug can take over a decade. For every 5,000 compounds tested, only one will become a medicine.
99% of what we do in drug discovery fails, and it fails every day. Part of the reason is that a lot of things look good in the lab. Even peppermint extract will kill HIV in the test tube. But taking something from the test tube into the human body is a whole different order of complexity.
Meanwhile, for more and more patients like Ryan, the crisis is getting worse.
And the horrifying thing is that every day in the front lines of these hospitals, we're encountering bacteria that we can't kill with our current antibiotics. We're just running out of weapons to use against them.
The situation is heading us towards a major public health disaster. It is like watching the airplanes heading towards the World Trade Center with our hands tied.
Perhaps the most alarming threat is from common Staph aureus. Ironically, it's the same bacteria that penicillin killed in Alexander Fleming's Petri dish. Now new multi-drug resistant strains, known as MRSA, can thwart almost every antibiotic.
Multi-drug resistance is dangerous, scary, and a huge public health threat. So that if we don't take the steps for all of us to work together, and the wealthier nations helping the poorer nations, all of us are going to become ill.
Sense to act quickly.
If you don't treat it now, and if you don't spend the money now, you're going to spend much, much more money later.
And this is true for all infectious diseases.
Is part of the larger problem, the crisis of drug resistance. And you just go down the list of the big killers: malaria, AIDS, tuberculosis, bacterial infections that take lives in hospitals. Drug resistance is already a huge problem.
The specter of totally drug-resistant infections now haunts the world.
It's preposterous to think we could ever, quote-unquote, win the war against microbes. This is not a war, it's a holding action. What we want to do is keep one step ahead of them.
The medicines that saved Stephen in Honduras or Antonio in Peru could soon lose their power, leaving all of us vulnerable to once curable diseases. To ensure a safer future, we need to find better ways to control these threats. In a high-security biosafety lab, researchers stare at the chilling results of recent tests. Deadly bacteria have managed to withstand almost every drug that can kill them. This means strains of contagious airborne bacteria are mutating into superbugs that may soon be unstoppable.
I was shocked because I had never seen
Bacteria
resistant to 10 drugs.
from the slums of the developing world to the richest cities on Earth, diseases once easy to treat are becoming harder to cure.
Times are changing. Bacteria is getting smarter and smarter. I'd never dream that I'd have one that I'd have to fight such a battle with.
For decades, we've counted upon life-saving drugs to rescue us. But as the germs fight back, our medicines are failing.
The situation is heading us towards a major public health disaster.
A perfect microbial storm is brewing. And if we ignore it, we could be swept back to the era when microbes were invincible.